It's 3 a.m. You're staring at the screen and you click the thumbnail before your brain even registers what you're doing. The harsh blue light from your monitor is the only thing fighting back the darkness of your apartment. The title is something simple like 3 Days Alone in the Woods. You watch a guy build a shelter from nothing but fallen logs and moss. He looks peaceful. He looks capable. And let's be honest, he looks absolutely nothing like you. Just like that, the seed is planted. You convince yourself that the solution to your existential dread isn't therapy, it's not a better diet, and it's definitely not calling your mom. No, the solution is to go outside, to touch grass, to return to tradition. You decide right then and there that Wojak is going camping. First comes the prep work, which is really just a shopping spree disguised as survivalism. You don't own a tent, you don't own a sleeping bag. The most outdoor activity you've done in 5 years is waiting for an Uber in the rain. But that doesn't stop you. You open 5 tabs. You need the gear. You fall down the rabbit hole of ultralight backpacking forums. Suddenly, you're obsessing over the gram weight of a titanium spork. You drop $400 on a jacket designed for scaling Everest, even though you're driving a Honda Civic to a state ark 40 minutes away. You tell yourself this is an investment in your mental health. That credit card bill? That's a problem for future you. Present you is a rugged outdoorsman now. Saturday morning hits. You load up the car. The trunk is stuffed with enough nylon and polyester to outfit a small platoon. You drive away from the city, watching the bars of your cell service drop one by one. For a second, you feel a spike of anxiety. What if something happens? What if you get bored? It's funny how quickly we panic when we're disconnected, isn't it? But then the scenery shifts. The gray concrete gives way to green trees. You roll down the window and, wow, the air actually smells like air, not exhaust and wet garbage. You feel a glimmer of hope. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is the reset button you've been looking for. You pull up to the campsite. Spoiler alert, it's not the pristine, untouched wilderness you saw in 4K on YouTube. There's a family of 5 in an RV 50 yards away blasting pop music, but you ignore them. You trek a little further into the woods to find your spot. This is the moment of truth. You dump your bag on the ground and look at your pile of expensive gear. Setting up the tent is a humbling experience. The instructions are printed on a tag the size of a postage stamp. You struggle with the poles, you trip over the guy lines, you sweat through your new tactical shirt. For a moment, you feel like a toddler trying to solve a physics equation. But eventually, it stands. It's a little lopsided, sure, but it's a shelter. You did that. You built a home. Then the sun goes down, and nobody warns you about the silence. In the city, silence is just a lack of noise. In the woods, silence is a physical weight. It presses against your eardrums. And then that silence breaks, not by sirens, but by the snapping of a single twig. Your brain, poisoned by years of horror movies and conspiracy threads, immediately assumes the worst. It's not a squirrel. It's definitely a skinwalker, or a bear, or a serial killer who specifically targets lonely men with overpriced camping gear. You sit by your small, pathetic fire, clutching a hatchet you have no idea how to use. You stare into the darkness, and the darkness stares right back. You try to cook the beans you brought. They're lukewarm and taste like tin. You realize you forgot a pillow, so you bundle up your jeans and rest your head on a lump of denim and zippers. You crawl into your sleeping bag. The ground is hard. Roots dig into your spine. You check your phone. No signal. Just you and your thoughts. Here's the part the montage usually skips: the boredom. Without that constant dopamine drip of the internet, your mind starts eating itself alive. You think about that embarrassing thing you said 3 years ago. You think about your dead-end job. You think about her. The fire dies down, leaving you in absolute pitch black. You don't sleep. You just lay there, listening to the wind, waiting for it to be over. But then the sun comes up. The light filters through the thin fabric of the tent. You zip the door and crawl out. The air is cold and crisp. The birds are screaming, but in a nice way. You make coffee on your tiny stove. It tastes like mud, but honestly, it's the best coffee you've ever had. You made it! No bear attacks, no mental breakdowns. You pack up your gear, sloppily and disorganized this time, and shove it back into the trunk. As you drive back towards the city, towards the smog and the noise, you feel different. You're tired, you smell like smoke, and your back is killing you, but you feel a strange sense of accomplishment. You get back to your apartment. You sit down at your PC. The blue light washes over your face again. You upload a picture of the campfire on Instagram. You caption it peaceful. You don't mention the paranoia or the back pain. You just let the lie live. And then you open YouTube and you click on a video about kayaking. The cycle continues. The search for meaning is expensive and uncomfortable. But for those few seconds when that coffee hit your lips in the cold morning air, it almost felt real. And maybe, just maybe, that's enough. If you enjoyed watching Wojak touch grass so you don't have to, go ahead and hit that like button. It really helps the channel. And tell me in the comments, what's the most useless piece of camping gear you've ever bought? I'll see you in the next one.